video about what I'm doing with my car, what's happening with my car, what my decision is, whatever. Basically for the past, is it exposed? Cool, we're exposed. Basically for the past like month and a half, after my engine blew, which it did not blow, I just have rod knock. The rod didn't shoot through the block of the engine, so the engine's there, it's like on the cusp of blowing. It didn't actually blow, which is good and bad news, because it doesn't really matter if it blew, because I'm not going to rebuild it, so in that sense it doesn't really matter. But yeah, the motor didn't blow like I thought it did. For the people that are out here like, oh, you know, you change your oil every 5,000 miles, you neglected the car. I've had people that are in my city that are building 700 horsepower Speed 3s saying that it was a freak thing that just happens with the platform. Everything I've done to the car, I was on a very, very conservative tune. I had fuel pump internals installed. I don't really drive the car hard. It's a daily. I don't track the car. I don't street race really. I mean, I might have fun every once in a while, but I'm not out every weekend street racing, doing pulls. Changing every 5,000 miles is not, it wasn't a problem according to the people that are very reputable in this community. So I just wanted to throw that out there, because I was getting a lot of shit on my videos, like, oh, you know, you're neglecting your car or whatever. You know, that's not the problem. I think it's just they like the stock blocks. I don't know, it happens. It's happened to other Speed 3s. But anyways, I've been looking at other cars to get, because I was gonna sell it as is and, you know, take up a payment. And I know this contradicts what I said in other videos. I was gonna take up a payment on a GTI or a Genesis Coupe or a Focus ST. I even like cross-shopped like Skylines, because I mean they were in the price range I looked at. There's a few for sale in Texas, and I was like, shit, it'd be dope to have a Skyline, but not the most practical of daily drivers. So I kind of knocked that one off the list. And then after car shopping, you know, I threw the FRS in there too. I didn't really like it. I mean, it was cool for what it was, but for me, I wasn't really a fan. Oh great, we got a school zone here. For me though, the Mark 7 GTI really is what, I didn't fall in love with it. I just was like, I drove it. It gets freaking great gas miles. 35 miles to the gallon on the highway sounds like a dream to me. With a stage 2 tune, gets 400 pound-feet of torque, and it has the optional dual clutch system. So that was something that I was considering, because one of the things about having a stick is that, you know, if I bring a girl somewhere and I get tired or I don't want to drive, like, let's say if I go to Houston on a road trip or I go to Austin on a road trip and I don't want to drive home, I don't really have a choice because no one else knows how to drive my car. So I was looking into the dual clutch because my dad has an RS5 and it has the same, I don't know if it's the same as the Volkswagen, but I think it is. Either way, it's a dual clutch. It shifts super fast. I like it. I don't know. Again, I think I probably would have got it in a stick, but I've decided that financially, with where I'm at right now and where I want to be, I do not want to be living in Texas for, you know, more than a year, you know, a year tops in San Antonio. I really want to move to Chicago. That's a big goal of mine. And I don't want to take up a $350 a month car payment and, you know, have to deal with that burden for 5 years. So option number 2 was to sell the car as is and basically get something like a 05 350Z or a G35 Coupe or a Civic Si, something in that price range. I didn't think that was something I wanted to do, was pick up another car with 90 to 100,000 miles on it or more, deal with having to swap out the clutch potentially when my car's already had the clutch done 5,000 miles ago, maybe a little bit more than that. And, you know, have all the problems that come with a higher mileage car just to switch platforms for the sake of it. So that's when I was kind of like, all right, option 3, which was the cheapest and most practical option, was to get a remanufactured motor, throw it in my car, get a downpipe and a tune, maybe even a big turbo. I'm not really sure what I'm going to do at this point, and just call it a day. That was kind approach him to get his third-party opinion on what I should do with my own financial choices, and he said that the best option would be just to get the car fixed, even though I'm now going negative into what the car is worth. But it is what it is, you know. I think that it's the best choice to keep the Speed 3. I know that I've started to build somewhat of an audience off of that car, and there was a lot that I wanted to do to that car, so it makes sense to keep it. I think that my plans are going to go different than what I was saying before. I'm not going to throw a lot of money into modding it and making it super fast. I just want very, very reliable, conservative numbers, you know, quick, and I think I'm just going to focus more on looks at this point. I'd like to bag it. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm just going to keep the car and get a brand new, pretty much, motor thrown in. You know, finish the bolt-on process, get an actual tune. I'm thinking I'm going to go with Justin from Freak Tune or Purple Drink. I'm not sure, that's just preference. But, you know, a lot of the stuff with the Mazda Speed thing, why it's taken so long is that I've been going to people around my city asking, you know, hey, like, you know, my engine blew as far as I know, what do I do? Like, what's the best route to go? And for some reason, every Mazda guy, and this is not taking any personal shots at anyone, but the people here just have beef with each other. So I'd go to one guy, and they tell me one thing, and they'd be like, oh, the other guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Now to talk to another guy, like, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about, you know, you want to rebuild, oh no, you want to get a remanufactured motor. And I'm like, okay, listen, like, I don't race my car, I don't do this, I don't do that, like, it's a daily driver for me. I just need something that runs and I can get my car back on the road. That's pretty much it. So that was why it took so long, is it was like I was getting all these crazy answers from people that were like all over the place, you know. So that's that. I think one thing I did notice with my car being out for 45 days is that now the paint's starting to fade on the hood, which, you know, I could really be mad about that, because I love that paint color, but at the same time, it's like it's an 8-year-old car. You know, what can you do about it? It's one of those things that happens with the car. So I don't know if I'm gonna get it wrapped, dipped. I've seen some good dipped cars. I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about the thing as a whole, but I've seen some that are good. But, you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do as far as that goes, because it's not really pretty looking. I mean, I could drive it around for now, but like, I definitely want to get that fixed. That's one of my first priorities with the car. So that's kind of the update for y'all. I talked to Edge Auto Sport today because I know that Edge Auto Sport and Advance both use ATK for their remanufactured motors, and Advanced Auto is like $1,000 cheaper than Edge Auto, so it's like, I don't know, I just think that it's probably smarter to go with Advanced Auto. And I've heard, again, a local has told me that he's used one of their motors before and they're fine. So $2,800 for what's essentially a brand new engine, that sounds like a good deal to me, versus $3,600 plus shipping and stuff from Edge. So I have to call, I called Edge this morning and they said that it was 3 to 4 weeks before the motor comes in. So I'm hoping that maybe Advanced Auto is a little bit less. I don't know. So, you know, the car could be back up and running in the next month or so. I'm hoping, but I'm also just trying to save up as much money as I can to get that thing back and running into like 100%. Trying to save up for bags, new wheels. Now I gotta focus on either dipping it, wrapping it. I want to get a new access port, and then a tune and a downpipe. So money's getting thrown into that, money's getting thrown into traveling. I'm starting a new brand. Well, not a new brand because I've already done it before, but I'm redoing it, which is actually what I'm going to do right now. As I'm driving downtown to fly my drone to get a few stills of the city that I'm going to use as a base for my t-shirts, and when they do drop, I will let y'all know how that goes, and I'll do a little self-promoting. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing, is I'm restarting that to try and get some more income streams going besides just doing freelance video stuff and photography and whatever. So, you know, I'm at the point where I'm like, after this whole situation, I'm like, I just want to make more money. Next car that I buy in a year and a half, I don't really know. It really just depends on how life pans out. It never really pans out the way you think. I thought I was getting a Mark 7 GTI before I left Chicago, and now I'm like, all right, I guess I'm keeping the car. You never really know what's gonna happen, but in a year or two, with a lot of hustling, oh shit, it's a big bump. I would like to be at a point where I can buy the car that I want outright in cash. Like, I know that sounds far-fetched, but like, I'm pretty determined to do it, and I think it's totally possible if I save up. Long story, well, I've already gone long, but the SPEED3 is coming back. So, more videos on that to come. In the meantime, I'm still in the 911. No complaints there. The gas mileage on this does suck. These are also cars that I've been looking at too. I know another YouTuber is looking at them. I won't say names, but I do know. And I don't blame him, because these are fun cars. They're surprisingly easy to daily drive, but the gas mileage is just not really like up to par for how much I drive. Which again could be solved with making more money, but when I'm filling up twice a week at, twice, maybe 3 times a week at $40 a tank, that's when I'm kind of like, $100 a week in gas is like not my favorite thing to be doing, but gotta pay to play, I guess. So hopefully this clears up any questions you guys have had about the car. Stay tuned. I'm dropping a summer project in like, I want to say a couple weeks to a month, even though today is the first day that summer is officially ended as far as like people that are still in school in Texas goes. But I've been on summer break for like 4 years now, so we'll say summer extends to like Labor Day for me to have the cutoff to film this. So I just need to get a few more clips. I got a lot of stuff in Chicago. I just need to edit it. But like, people have been asking why haven't I put cinematic stuff into the vlogs, and it's because I'm saving up all that. Damn it, Nissan. I'm saving up the cinematic footage for this video because I'm like I said, I'm trying to take this channel into different directions, see what works. I'm not like a 100% car guy. I love cars and I love making car videos, but it's not my 100% focus. So I'm just trying to experiment, test the waters. I really love making videos, documenting stuff. Follow me on Snapchat if you want to see me document stuff. AlexDSkates210, I'll link it there. But that's like my favorite social media platform, just because it's like I can document stuff. I love geotags. I don't know, it's fun. So that's the project that I've worked really hard on. Okay, so that cut off because I guess I talked too much. So anyways, the last video I dropped, Summer in the City, give that a like and a share. I worked super hard on that, and I'm working hard on all these drone cinematic projects that are coming up. The summer video is gonna be pretty dope, so I hope you guys like that. Should be dropping here in the next couple weeks. But yeah, so that's it. Keeping the SPEED3. I will keep you guys posted on what happens to it. Trying to get a new motor as soon as I can, and we'll go from there. Until next time, take it easy. Peace.